Yo guys, what is happening? Welcome back to Play Games and welcome to another episode of the Let's Build a City series. That's right guys, we're back here, back at it. Finally, if you guys missed last episode, we relaunched basically the city Let's Play. We're calling it the Let's Build a City now, and we're on episode 51 already. Wow, how's that happen? I have no idea. We're skipping around here, but hey, you know what? It's the same thing. You guys can figure it out. I don't know why I'm even talking about now. Episode numbers, you guys following? No? Maybe not? Who knows? Yeah, we just stuck with the episode 50 and then just continued on from the Let's Play, even though it's a different series name. Hope that doesn't confuse any of you guys. Anyway, besides what we're doing, today we're in the new city that we toured last episode, the Hong Kong themed world with the cool mountain in the background, a couple of really awesome looking buildings, and I have an idea for a skyscraper that I want to put up, which I'm very excited about here. Can't wait to get going on it. I believe you guys have seen everything. I haven't done any new additions to the world since last episode. So, again, very exciting. And I want to kind of take you guys through the pattern real quick right now. And we're going to build the thing right here. So I hope you guys are excited to watch this real quick, though. Let's just go through what I'm thinking. I don't know if it's going to turn out well or not, but we're going to do it anyway. We're going to go for white stained glass and gray concrete. And this was kind of inspired by a building that I saw in real life that I drove by. And I was like, that looks really cool. However, I think they did it with glass. Anyway, we're going to see what we can do here. So I'm thinking we do something like this. Like, actually, no, 3x3 windows, right? And then we go in a checkered pattern for each one of the floors. So it's kind of going to do something like this, right? Maybe we do a little bit of 3D depth to it. Kind of go back like so. And then continue the pattern along like this. I don't know. I think this is how I want to do it, though. And then have something like that. You guys know what I mean, right? Like a check pattern. And then on the next floor up, we're going to change it so then all the windows are on this block, and then all the gray concrete will be on this block. You guys get where I'm going with this? I hope so. That's the idea that I have for the building, and that's what I want to do. So we're going to see if we can get that done here. Let me just get this land ready so we can build on it, and let's get started. Well, dang it, guys. I messed up my nice and fancy little fountain here as I was trying to prepare the land. Now I got to kind of go along here and redo it all. Just great. All right, there we go. I'm pretty sure I fixed it, and now we're good to go ahead and start with the build. Daytime, please. Thank you very much. The idea here, guys, is that we're going to put a nice base up. So the whole concept here, I think, is we're going to go maybe about this high off the ground to start off with. We're going to go over here, and we're going to do a maybe 5 wide section. This is going to be like a little bit of an overhang, where there'll be like an outdoor, path, just with an overhang for people to walk under. The actual building is going to start along this front, and then every 5 blocks or so, yeah, actually 5 blocks, we're going to go ahead here and add these big pillars. And again, feel free to go ahead, follow along in your own world if you want to build this building. Maybe watch the end first, see if you like it, and then decide if you want to build it in your own world. And you guys can make whatever modifications that you would like to do as well to it. Just, even if it feels like the design, you want to build your own version of it or whatever, totally cool with that. So go ahead and do try to build this. And send them to me too. If you guys build this in your world, honestly, send it to me. I think that'd be so cool. And yeah, so this is the idea, though, that I'm thinking about going with. And the building is not going to be flat like this, but I did just want a basic square base for this building. Oftentimes I'll go with something a little bit more fancy, but for this building, because I'm using such a square design for the actual building, I think the base being kind of square like this will be nice. Also, I think this is gonna be a little crazy with the checker pattern. I want just like a basic plain base down here, which I think will really help out. Again, we're gonna be doing pillars on the outside like so, just like this. The entryways will be like on the inside here. I'm not sure if I'm clear on that yet, but here we go. Like, you guys can kind of get the idea. These will all be windows in here, and then you can enter the building right there. This will just be like an exterior hangout area. No, a walkway. A little like underpass. I don't know what to call it, even like a front porch. You guys know what I mean? Yeah, you guys know what I mean. So that's the idea. And I have another idea for the building. I'm thinking that maybe we do it in kind of a star-shaped pattern. I'll show you what I mean by that in a second. And there we go, guys. That is the base laid out entirely. I like how it's looking. All I'm going to do for right now, since, again, we probably won't manage to get this entire thing done, but I'm going to try to get as much of it done as possible. Actually, you know what? No, we'll totally be able to get it all done, I think. There shouldn't be an issue with that. So we're going over here. We're going to fill this all up with Minecraft gray concrete, of course. You guys don't know how to use the fill and clone command. You're going to need them here for the entire series. So I highly recommend going and checking out the 2 videos I did on the channel, how to use the clone command, how to use the fill command. They are extremely useful tutorials that will help you out in your Minecraft careers forever. If you guys aren't on PC, though, or don't have access to those commands for whatever reason, yeah, just go ahead and build it by hand, but it will take a while. So I'm just letting you know, if you want to know how to build really quick in Minecraft, and you want to be able to do these buildings very fast like this, you got to be able to use that command. I'm going to show you another trick with it here in a second that you're going to find pretty useful, I think. Also, what we can do is we can just steal the ground coordinate here, just like so. Go over here, press tab, get 60. We can go over here, put 60 in, and bam, now the ground is done for us as well. Oh, you know what? We have keep on, that's why. There we go. Now the ground is done for us as well, and we no longer have to worry about filling that in ourselves either. We might want to go ahead later and fill in the front entrance area, but you know what? We'll just leave it for right now. All right, next cool thing that I want to show you guys is if we go over to this corner, this is what I promised. I said, you know, this will be cool. That's this thing. We go over to this corner, we're going to run over to the other corner here, and we're going to be using the fill command in this case. We're going to be filling it all in with Minecraft white stained glass. And you got to be careful when you do this, because if you accidentally press enter, you're going to lose all the work that you just did. So before you press enter, be sure to press the keep command there. Use that, and bam, now we have a big thing of glass. Now you're going to realize, of course, if you go inside, there is glass on the inside. So you want to now grab the inside corner on either side, and we're just going to go ahead, grab that one, head all the way over here, grab the one right over here, and we're going to fill those both with air. Absolutely beautiful. Done. No, I'm kidding. That's the base. So we are finished the base. That's good. Now what I want to do is I'm going to step back maybe 3 blocks here. I do want to start on the overhang. I'm going to set the center of the building right here. And what I've decided is that I want to do these 3 wide sections, but they actually have to be 4 blocks tall in order to ensure the checker pattern will work, because otherwise we're going to have a floor line in between, and that's not going to look good. So I decided that we're going to go with 4 by 3 because I do want to be able to put a floor in on this side and then go ahead and have a 3 high floor level. So that's the goal there. And what I'm thinking, guys, is if we do 1 2 3 1 2 3, and then if we do something like 1 2, because these are all each gonna look like 3-part sections from either side, we can just put this here right now, because the glass is going to come out like that. And then this is sort of what I was thinking for the corner build, or for the corner part of it, and then we come out like this again and do that on either side. That could look really cool, I think. Let's try that over here, and just, in fact, we're going to try it with the entire building here, see what it looks like, and decide if we're going to, keep this shape. But I think this will make it a little bit more interesting for sure, and we'll see if it looks good. Something that you'll notice is that we come right out to the end over here. Absolutely no problem at all. That was kind of what I was going for here. I basically perfectly fit it in, which is nice. If you ever have a case in your building where it kind of doesn't line up, let's say it goes 1 block over, and instead of starting over, what I tend to do is I'll just do like a cool overhang thing going on, and it oftentimes will look even cooler than I originally designed it to be. So that's a little thing, if like your building comes out to like here, let's say, then you could do like a really cool ledge design, and like maybe build some like brackets for it to hang out over, and then have your building hanging out over the side. Looks really cool sometimes. Definitely would recommend doing that. Okay, we're almost done here. We've got basically the entire thing laid out, and somehow I've messed up at some point, and I got to go back and figure out where. Are we off by 1 block? Yep, that was because over here we've made an error. That's supposed to line up like so. We got to move all these over one. So again, we're building these 3 wide sections. You might be like, well, why is this one 4? Because from the exterior, you're only going to see these 3 blocks, right? Because the glass is going to be taking place of the other one. And now we've got this glass thing going on. We got to move that back 1, this one back 1, and we are back on track. All right, guys, that's generally the shape that I'm going for this build. I think it's going to look really cool and modern, which I'm very excited about. And now we're going to go ahead and fill in all these sections to be 3 tall. And then we're going to basically do the exact same thing again on top, but in the opposite order. Let's see if we can figure it out. And then I think it's time to hop into a nice little time lapse for this. Oh, I've ran into another issue that I've just noticed. We have 4 blocks here, and it's only supposed to be 3. Let's figure out where we went wrong. We must have gone wrong on both sides there. We absolutely did. So that, oh man, that's annoying. We're going to have to basically redo this entire thing. No problem, though. I'll go ahead and get it done. And there we go, guys. I have fixed the problem again, and now we're going to go ahead and jump into a time lapse. Hopefully this one works. And there we go, guys. We have finished up the first level of the building. Now, like I said, I want to do a checkered design here, which means that now we're going to go ahead. Everywhere where we placed this this gray concrete down, we're going to go ahead and place white glass. Now, in all these corners where I had this gray concrete, we're actually going to continue that, though. Okay? So it's basically going to be opposite. Now, these are going to go back and do gray concrete there. Makes sense? Because they're kind of going to be like the pillars. So right there, we're going to do it. Right here, I want the gray concrete to continue. right here I want to continue, over here of course, and you guys get the point on all of these corners in here. Everything else though is going to be the exact opposite of whatever was below it. So now we can go ahead now and fill all that in, and we'll see how that all looks. I think it's time for another time lapse. But yeah, again, you're just going ahead, filling in the opposite of what you have below on top. And there we go, guys. Now we have finished up the entire checker pattern. You guys can start to see how this building is going to look when it is finished. And I can already see it's going to look really cool. By the way, how did it become nighttime? Wow, we've been working for a while now. There we go. Beautiful in the daylight, of course, as well. Now, this is actually a little bit smaller than what I was hoping it would be. But you know what? We're just going to stick with it. I think it'll still look really cool. But obviously, in your world, if you wanted to add an extra section or two, especially on these middle parts, like if you wanted to add extra 2 parts of glass or 2 pieces of concrete at the end before you did that turn, you totally could build it to whatever size you want. Now, let's just talk real quick. I'm not going to be doing the interior, but if you wanted to do it, the floor levels would be at this level right here, and then again at this level right there. And then you'd have these 3 wide sections, and you could continue that pattern the entire way up. I'm not going to bother putting the floor in here because, again, the goal of this series is to focus on the exterior of buildings now versus the interior. Now, what I am going to do is go around and put lights everywhere. Now, this is more of just my personal preference because I love it when the city lights up at nighttime. Now, you guys don't have to do this, obviously. You don't even have to build the interior, the floors, anything if you don't want to, if you're just looking for the exterior of a building. Now, my light placement isn't very accurate here, but you know what? It's close enough. It's not going to be the exact same on every wall, but that's all right because I might come in here later and add the interior and then clone it up again with the interior. So no issue there. And bam, we've gotten all of our lights in pretty much. We've got a few more to do down here, and we should be good to go and clone this thing up. And with all the lights in, we are ready to start on this build. Now, again, I think this one's going to turn out really cool. The one thing that you have to note here for all the people using the clone command to do this is that you really had to worry about getting both the stories here, because obviously if you just do one, you're not going to get the repeating clone pattern. So what I would do is grab the lowest corner, go over to the second corner of the top of the second story. Now that's going to be this one over here. Of course, we're going to go ahead and grab it. Again, it doesn't actually matter which corners you grab originally as long as you paste it in the correct location. The correct location for me, again, facing your north and west, the top northwest corner. It just goes into way more depth in the actual clone command video that I made, so be sure to check that out. I can't believe that you guys still haven't checked that out. No, I'm sure a lot of you guys have. Come on, you guys watch that, right? Anyway, you guys will start to see that this thing is being built up. And we're going to build it up quite a little bit more and see how it looks. Now, I almost like that height, but I'm very tempted to just go a little bit higher. So I think I'm going to go 2 more, clones up because I don't want to go 1 more because then I'll match with that white building over there. So I'm going to go 1, I'm going to go 2, and I'm going to leave it there. And that is going to be the final height of my building. This is a tall one for sure, but I definitely like how that turned out. It's kind of a feature piece, if you will. And now for the finishing touches of it, it looks a little hollow on the inside. You guys won't run into that issue if you do put the stories or the floors in, so I would highly recommend doing that. As the final piece of this building, though, which I think is going to really finish it off here, is going to be the accent, the white accent line, which is going to be drawn across the entire, lobby entrance here. It's going to go like this. And it's going to be an overhang piece, again, which is just going to give the building a really nice accent. So we're going to start off by doing it here in the lobby, and then we're going to go up to the top and put the ceiling on using the white concrete as well. And you guys will see what that looks like when it's all done. All right, so I've got the lower part on. We're going to see it when it's finished, but right now I want to head up to the top now and actually add one up here. The goal is to actually do the entire thing here and then have an overhang, I think, in the corner to make it have a little bit of a boxiness on the top. Not to be lazy, I'm being dead serious with you guys. Not because I don't want to destroy these blocks here. You'll see what I mean in a minute. But it's actually because I think it's going to look really cool if it overhangs here. And you guys will see what I mean right now. Let's go ahead and paste this with Minecraft white concrete. And again, I've gone out 1 block from the actual corner. So I've gone out on this block. Not this one, but the one out from that on either side. And got in that corner. If we go ahead and place this now, we're going to get this cool rectangle. And I mean, dead serious about leaving this hanging over like that, or hanging over, using the square. Because I think the square on the top of this almost circular building makes it have a really cool, like, aesthetically pleasing part to it. It ties in the base in a way. and I just really like how that looks. So I want to leave those sharp edges hanging out on the top there. What you could do alternatively is, of course, you could go in here and break it down, so then you just have that one block overhang going, and that will look good as well. However, I do really like the kind of jarringness of this and the way that it sticks out. Really cool. And that's that, guys. That is the building pretty much done. So that gives you an idea of how these episodes are going to go and what we're going to be kind of focusing on. I like gray in this area, so probably wasn't the best color choice for this specific area. However, that's that. And man, I really like how it turned out, actually. It looks really interesting, something that you wouldn't normally see. And it's just a very fun design overall. You guys can see how I kind of got the Hong Kong look there, or at least a very modern look. And again, those white outlines on the base and on the ceiling there, or on the roof, really tie in the rest of the building. If you add the floors, it's going to look a lot less kind of, well, you won't be able to see through it as well. It's just going to make it look a lot more full almost, or just, I don't know. It's going to give it a better look for sure. It's going to look more like this guy, which is all glass, but you can see that it has the floors, so it's not like a weird, you can't see through the entire building like you could with this one. Anyway, yeah, I think overall that building turned out well. Again, I will be doing one of these episodes every Monday if you guys want to tune in, where we'll be building a new building. And that's what we got for today. Now, of course, my recording has to fail right when I'm in the middle of my outro. However, guys, that is going to do it for today's episode. If you guys did enjoy the video, don't forget to go on below, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys all in the next video.